I'm Mike DeNardo. Dr. Watlington, let's get right to it. An extraordinary school board meeting last week when your facilities plan was up for adoption. City council members standing, loudly disrupting the meeting. What was going through your mind at that time?
Well, it was clear to me that the school board meeting last week was strident. It was quite spirited. It's clear that there's strong feelings about recommendations to close schools. I understand it. I think we all have sensitivity around that issue because you don't wake up in the morning saying, hey, look, we want to recommend to close some schools. I continue to believe that it is a necessary but unpleasant step that we have to take in order to get to a point where we can modernize our schools in the nation's sixth largest city. And reduce the number of buildings with poor and unsatisfactory building ratings from 85 to 0, while at the same time pushing in more high-quality academic and extracurricular programming across neighborhoods across this entire city. So pleased that that part of our journey is complete and ready to move forward.
Did you expect the opposition to go to that extreme? Did you expect to see council members standing up and disrupting the meeting, saying shut it down?
Well, civil protest is not something that's unfamiliar to me or most of us in the space that we live in the country and certainly in the city now. So I won't say that I did not expect there to be some strong protest of some kind. But in a democracy, the majority rules and the minority must be heard. I think that's one of the key premises of our democratic structure of government.
Did you go into the meeting knowing you had enough votes for the facilities plan to pass?
Well, we typically try to bring recommendations forward to the board that we believe that can be favorably supported. This administration tries not to bring recommendations forward to the board where we believe there's not adequate support for. And so for that reason, yes.
What we saw, I think, evidenced a deep rift between city council and the school district and the board. How does that begin to be repaired?
Well, it's clear to me as superintendent that we're living through some turbulent times. You know, our national life is very often divided and partisan. Certainly here in the Commonwealth of Pennsylvania and the city of Philadelphia, we're working hard to improve outcomes for students. And there are different viewpoints about how to do that. Certainly for this superintendent, I'm just remembering the words of President Abraham Lincoln at the very, very tough and valiant fight in this nation. He remarked, and I quote, with charity for all, with malice toward none, and charity for all. And so I think this superintendent's point of view is going forward is aligned with that thinking.
Do you think this rift puts support for the mayor's rideshare tax in jeopardy? And if that tax is not adopted and the revenue doesn't come through, what happens? You've already talked about the school-based cuts, but what would happen?
I'll just say that certainly while I'm agnostic to how the city and our leaders procure the revenue to support the school district, we desperately need $52 million recurring dollars annually. And if we get that revenue this year in June by passage of the measure that's on the table now, we will not have to cut and reassign 340 school-based positions. I'll leave it at that, and I'm sure that our elected officials will make the decisions that they think are best for the city as well as for the students of Philadelphia.
Switching gears, last week we talked about the conditions at Southwark Elementary School. There are a number of students who went before city council describing flooded toilets and sewage in bathrooms and things like that. You said you were going to visit the school. Did you make that visit, and what did you find when you went there?
Yes, I made an unannounced visit to Southwark School last week with district senior staff, and I observed three things. One, on the bottom floor at Southwark, there are these huge restrooms with lots of urinals and toilets. Very different design at Southwark than what I'm used to seeing in many of the schools in Philadelphia. And I think I've been to nearly all the schools, maybe all of them by now. But I found a place on the basement where the construction folks had to tear out the floor to go underground to clean out some clogged pipes. That part of the floor has been repaired. Number two, went through every floor, checked every restroom, and found all of the urinals and toilets to be functioning properly. And three, we found a school that needs to be significantly better cleaned. And we sent a cleaning crew, a professional cleaning crew into the school over the weekend. I intend to visit again this week to see what the school looks like again. Does
that mean that there should be some sort of plan in place, a maintenance plan to make sure that it stays clean once the crews go in and clean it?
Absolutely. We need to do a better job keeping Southwark clean. And it may not be the only school in the district, and we're going to commit to doing that. Number two, we've applied for a state grant that would provide funding to do some faster improvements, to perform some faster improvements in restrooms at Southwark if it's funded. We should know sometime this summer. And Southwark continues to be a part of our facilities master plan for a renovation in school year 2031-32. Fingers crossed, toes crossed that we'll get this state funding, this grant that we've applied for, so that we can accelerate those improvements at Southwark.
We'll keep an eye on that. Dr. Watlington, as always, thank you. We are posing the questions, but you can too. Send your question for the superintendent along to us at afterschool@kywnewsradio.com.